Alright guys, and we are back for another episode. And today we're going to be unlocking Alexander. We are in Idyllshire 7-6, and we are about to speak to Slowfix. The quest is called Disarmed, and the description says, Slowfix looks more agitated than you have ever seen him. Accept that. Is Uplander seeing it? Giant of Iron rising from river? Destrola and Sid leave to learn more, but are not back yet. Great is plight of Gobbyflock. Giant is too big, can squash Idyllshire flat. Where is Uplanders? Calm yourself, Slowfix. Igneel, 'tis well you are here, for your need is dire. A colossus of steam and steel has risen from Theolag. Yet it is no mere forgotten contrivance of Charlan. The resilient etheric disturbance confirms that it is a primal, and that it was summoned amidst the ruins flood from the river to reclaim. For a mercy, it stopped dead no sooner than it had broken the water's surface. But so long as it remains in our realm, it may spring to life again at any moment. Yes, but what does Uplander find near Idyllshire? Is wilderness still heavy with ether? Nay, the ether grows perilously thin, and more swiftly than I could have imagined. The primal is bleeding the land dry. Should it be suffered to continue, this entire region will become a barren wasteland in a matter of moons. No, Gobbyflock has only just found home after long wanderings. Idyllshire will not fall. Slowfix will not allow it. Nor will we. I have already spoken with Alphon, and he concurs that we, the Scion of the Seventh Dawn, must do all in our power to eliminate the threat. Yet, given its size, I deem it wise to attack from two fronts. Our first and most obvious recourse is to keep our foe in check, with blade and magic, much as we have done with other such adversaries. Second, I propose that we attempt to cut off flow of ether which sustains it, mayhap be physically separating the primal from the land. If we are to be rid of the Colossus, I think latter course more promising, and mean to enlist Master Matoya's aid in pursuing it. Yet such things take time. Thus I have asked Master Garlon to remain here and keep watch over our foe. Given its apparent mechanical nature, his expertise should prove invaluable to you. To you I say, for I would leave that fate of Idyllshire in your hands. Should the primal chance to stir ere my return, you are to join Sid in repelling it. An unavoidable task, but one for which you are singularly qualified. Excited. That's what we are. Rest assured, I do not mean to linger with Master Matoya any longer than necessary. The moment we find a solution, I shall make haste to rejoin you here. Well then, let us be about our duties. I will leave you to discuss strategies with Sid. Backtricks is a keeper of knowings for Idyllshire. Can say where Sid has gone. Outlanders should start with Backtricks. Alright. Quest accepted. And speak to Backricks at Big West Shortstop. Alright, we'll go there. So, I'm not the biggest raider, not because like I don't want to do them, it's just like I'm not very great at them. But I still enjoy them a lot. They're a lot of fun for me to do. So, and I've heard really good things about Alexander, so I'm really excited about it. I've also been working really hard to try to get my item level as high as possible, and in a matter of a couple of weeks I think I've gotten it to 179, so hopefully that's enough for someone like me who doesn't raid a lot, but still, it's all about having fun, right? It's a game. Let's give it a shot. And then we are here with Backtricks. Bagrix is keeper of knowings and data. What does Uplander wish to learn about? An Uplander comes in search of City, yes? My thanks for sharing your knowledges. Knowings, Bagrix. The Illuminati are indeed most hostile. Ah, Igneel, old friend. You haven't seen Y'shtola, have you? Yeah, Chiwenu, see Master Montero. Drain of all the ether in a matter of mere moons. 7 hells, how much power does that thing need? Too much, plainly. Well, it sounds as if we are in an urgent dismantling job at our hands. From what Bagrix has been telling me, the Illuminati are the most likely culprits. They have the knowledge to summon a primal and the requisite short-sightedness not to think better of it. Fanatical captures their philosophy nicely, I think. Their goal being nothing less than a sole ownership of all the world's technology. Needless to say, they're more than willing to kill anyone who stands between them and what they want. Quite how they managed to coax a primal into the hulk of a Charlan defense mechanism, I do not know, but it looks like they've made themselves a tidy little fortress inside a Colossus. We'll need to contend with them if we are to disable the thing. As for the task itself, simply destroying whatever serves as its engine should do the trick, assuming it is in fact mechanical. But before all that, we need to find a way in, through yet another bloody barrier. Barrier is not new, rose up 3 years ago after ground made shiver shakes. Ruin was freed from riverbed then. Round Rocks was there, saw with own 2 eyes. Round Rocks? Sorry, who? Daughter of Slowfix. Round Rock loves junk more than all the other gobbies. Was collecting then, and is playing now. Look. Shiny junk and sparkly rocks, bibbidi bobs and whirly cogs. I'm sorry for interrupting, Round Rock, but we need to ask you a question. When the ground shook 3 years ago, did something come bubbling up to this river's surface? Bobbing? Nothing bobbed, silly Uplander. Ground made shiver shakes when giant of whirlycock stood, then magic walls came up too. So it wasn't the tremor that freed the Colossus, it was the Colossus which caused the tremor? Are you absolutely certain you saw it rise from the waters, young one? Seven hells, I think someone tried and failed to summon it 3 years ago, but was it the Illuminati or... Brayflox comes to trade tongue flaps, Uplander. Ah, just a goblin. Slowfix tells me you're his resident expert on the Illuminati. Pardon me a moment while I consult my fellow Uplanders. Igneel, if I may take a suggestion, I speak with Brayflox and learn what I can of the components. In the meantime, could you investigate the Colossus itself? Biggs and Wedge are near where its hand landed on the shore of the Thalag. Join them and see if you can find a way inside the machine. Oh, and good luck with that barrier. Alright, thanks, Sid. Oh, who's that? Huh. Alright, and I guess we're going to the Maker's Quarter. And our trusty Griffin mount. Yeah, even with Realm Reborn, I think I only got to turn 5. So maybe I'll have better luck this time, guys. Let's pick to Biggs. Igneel, come to see the Colossus, eh? The chief has us looking for a way in. Of course, there's a bleeding barrier around the thing. Hey, another one. Luckily for us, when the big fella came down, its hand clamped onto the shore here, punching a hole in its defenses and leaving that round portal there unprotected. Only trouble is, it's locked and doesn't seem to have a key. For want of a better idea, which is listening to Illuminati Link Pearl communications in hopes they'll mention the trick to opening it. Dee-da, dee-da. There's only one signal coming from inside the giant, and it's always the same pattern. I'm certain it's a code. The Illuminati always use coded messages. From what I hear, they've developed a special kind of crystal specifically for transmuting Link Pearl waveforms. If we could get our hands on one, the Chief's decoding machine here should theoretically be able to use it to untangle the meaning. Quite where we'll find such a crystal in another matter. Does Uplander know Round Rocks? She makes great collections of junks and things. Maybe he is keeping crystal as shortstop. Wouldn't that be a stroke of luck? And it just happens we've been working on a means of identifying the crystal in question. Igneel, take this 3G7-001B. Okay. Sprinkle that powder over this so-called collection and look for anything that glimmers. It should contain the material we need. You may have to borrow one of Round Rock's treasures, but I'm sure she won't mind if you tell her it's for a good cause. Alright, and back we go. Right there. Junk pile, sprinkle that powder. Oh, something sold, that's cool. Amongst a jumble of bits and bobs, you spy a faintly glimmering stone. Sweet. Alright, and then retrieve the stone. What is Uplander doing? Sneaky taker. Treasure belongs to Round Rock. You need it for the door. Uplander needs it for giant whirlycocks, but glowstone is most favorite treasure of Round Rock's. Alright, but Uplander must promise to bring it back, or Round Rock will be getting very angry. Alright, hopefully this opens the door. The wedge this time. Ah, Igneel, no burns I see. Oh, no reason. Tell me, did 3G7-001B reveal anything? It did. Thank you. And you have my word that I'll give this back to Round Rock when I finish with it. Now let's take a listen to see and what the Illuminati are really talking about. Goodness, all that infernal beeping is gone. Now it's a message clear as day. Let's see. Today's schedule for Gordy Das. Registration at 7th bell. Stop. Lose the Curl Cubs at 3rd bell. Stop. Rest and recuperation at 2nd bell. Repeat. Today's schedule for Gordas. Krill lousing. Well, I'm sure that was the only message. This has to be some sort of jest. Don't be daft, Wedge. It's just another code. You need the proper crystal and the proper knowledge to understand it. Bleeding Illuminati should have known it wouldn't be so easy. Quite a conundrum you have there. Who is this mysterious person? But it's a lucky day. I'll crack the code, assuming we can come to a little arrangement. I'm a treasure hunter by trade, and there's a certain something I want inside the giant. I help you get inside, you help me get out with it. A fair deal, no? The name's Mead, by the way. Charmed. I'm sure you are aware that the interior is almost certainly swarming with Illuminati, yes? Why do you think I came to you? There are strength in numbers, friend. Lest we join forces, eh? Now, the words you intercepted are large gibberish, but paired with the numbers, well, you'll see. 7, stop, 3, stop, 2, wasn't it? You, the big one. See the pipes atop the hatch? There ought to be a valve up there with a handle wheel. Imagine it's a clock, and try turning it 7, right to 7, left to 3, and then back to 2. Guess that did it. We did it, we did it. Alright, guess we just silenced everything. So the Illuminati have been announcing the way to enter the Colossus all along? Strange. Well done for cracking the code anyway. I had less success, sadly. I'm afraid Brave Flux knows little more than we do about the Illuminati's plan for the Primal. Come, things aren't as bad as all that. We found a way inside the machine. We'll just have to learn about it as we go. It's only a massive mammoth, after all. Stopping it should be as simple as destroying its core. If we send in a subtly intrepid team of surveyors, I don't see why we can't trace the machine's power back to the source via the struts and piping. And I know just the man to lead the party. What do you say, Igneel? Let's do it. And what of me, pray tell? I opened the way for this grand expedition of yours. Surely that's earned me a place in your little band to hunt for my treasure. You did it as you promised, and you may do as you will now, but only so long as your treasure hunt doesn't endanger the mission. I'd join you if I could, but there's something I need to see first. I'll leave Biggs and Wedge here in case of emergencies. Good luck, my friend. Alright, the first of the Father is now accessible. Awesome, guys. Well, I mean, it's been a couple of weeks since I've been trying to get this out after leveling and story and all that. But finally, I have the first raid, Alexander the First of the Father, ready for me to do, which I will do later on in the week. So be posted on that video coming up soon. And that's it for unlocking Alexander. That's a goodbye from me, and a goodbye from Igneel.